More. There's 60s television, movies, news, pop culture, trivia, novelty songs, interviews, deep cuts, and a whole lot more. It's peace, love, and rock and roll on This Is the 60s.
This is the 60s, Friday mornings from 10 a.m. till 12 noon on the Balls. WOHS, AM and FM in Shelby, WLON in Lincoln. You'll be amazed at what you can find for under $15,000 at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. Hi, I'm Calvin Hastings. I want to invite you to join the Boss as we broadcast live this Saturday, October 13th from 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. at Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. If you want to save some money on a quality pre-owned vehicle, come see us this Saturday. And don't forget, Renato Auto Mall is the Piedmont's headquarters for SUVs. Save thousands of dollars. And be sure to join the Boss for free Dairy Queen hot dogs, chips, and soft drinks. Plus, register to win some great prizes, including tickets to a North Carolina Tar Heel football game, Renaissance Festival tickets, free rounds of golf, Boss t-shirts, and much more. Plus, see Large Marge, the pink Cadillac. So plan now to be there and see what you can buy for under $15,000 at Renato Auto Mall. Home of the Renato Buick, GMC, Renato Honda, and Renato Kia. Online at RenatoAutomall.com.
We'll finish out the day mostly cloudy to cloudy and humid around the area. Scattered to numerous showers and isolated thunderstorms still possible as highs reach about 74 to 79. Plenty of clouds around tonight with a chance of some rain or rain showers, especially toward the foothills. We'll have lows in the upper 60s to low 70s. Then cloudy and turning windy as Michael moves close on Thursday. Rain and heavy rain showers becoming likely. Some flash flooding possible. Highs 76 to 81. I'm Mike Moss in the Weather Center.
Currently at the Big Old Country Studios, it's 4.
What's that howling?
Nothing to be afraid of. This is Coyote Tractor Country, mister. That howling just means somebody's bought another hard-working Coyote tractor.
If you're in the market for a hard-working, affordable 20 to 90 horsepower compact tractor, test drive a Coyote today.
You heard the man. Now get going. You're burning daylight, mister. Visit www.kioti.com.
Your Coyote dealer is West End Sales, Highway 1827 intersection in Vail.
For over 25 years, Moss Realty has been serving clients in Gaston and surrounding counties. Their realtors know the area, not just from maps and pictures, but from living and working in the community. From Belmont to Kings Mountain, Lincolnton to Clover, and more, the hometown specialists at Moss Realty want you to be their neighbors.
Hi, I'm Warren Moss. Whether you're buying or selling your home in Gaston County, call one of the professionals at Moss Realty or visit us online at mossrealty.com. Moss Realty, your hometown specialist.
Welcome back to the best in sports right here on WCSL 92.3 on your FM dial and 1590 on the AM dial. Tim Johnson, Kenny Link, Mr. Baseball here today. Also, Addison is in the house as well, Kenny. So the youngster probably brought some college sports with him here today. I hope he did. What do you think?
Oh, he's always got a lot of knowledge about college sports and a lot about pro sports
Absolutely, absolutely. Kenny, it's raining outside, pouring down. So the big hurricane coming up through the panhandle of the Florida Keys down there. Hopefully, Ken, it's going to stay south of us instead of coming all the way up north.
Well, it's already hit down there, and they said it's really moving fast. We'll probably get even heavier rain tomorrow morning. They say probably be
That's
the
what they're
rain
saying
for us.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens. It's raining pretty hard when I came in.
Ken, your Major League Baseball playoffs, Ken, is kicking in, and the Atlanta Braves, they're done for the rest of the year, Ken.
Well, the Braves had a good year. They weren't expected to win the division. They did win it, but they played the Dodgers and got beat 3-1. The game they won, it was a 6-5 ball game. So Dodgers pretty much dominated that. In the other division series in the National League, the Brewers swept the Rockies, and I don't think any of the games were close. So it's going to be the Brewers and the Dodgers, and that series will start Friday night in Milwaukee.
Who you got there, Ken? Can the Dodgers repeat? Can they go back to the World Series? Or can the Brewers make it?
I'm going to pick the Brewers. They picked up some late additions in the season, and Dodgers pitching's been pretty good, but Brewers got some pretty good pitching, and they got some bats.
Addison, you're a Dodgers fan.
Yeah, I think I picked the Dodgers to do better than the Brewers. I think just because Dodgers are hitting the ball really well this year, I think they've got hot at the right time. And then it's just
they're playing good ball now.
Well, that's what it takes when it gets down to the end of the season. There, you want to be playing well. You want to be the hot team going into the playoffs, no matter what sport it is.
And
whether
the
it's basketball
Braves,
or football.
Everybody's proud of the Braves. They were expecting to be
very young team,
compete for a division title to maybe 2 years, and they did it this year. Got all the young guys, and that experience will help them. And I look for them to be the favorite in that division next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I tell you, they said the Braves were, 2 years away, Ken, is what they're saying?
That's what they said.
And they made it to the playoffs, won the division this year.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking possibly next year might be the Braves' year, Ken, to make it a little deeper in the playoffs. Could make the World Series.
They could.
And they're going to make some adjustments, too.
Sure.
Probably
Everybody try to improve the clubs, and they'll do some tweaks, and some of these young kids will probably get a little better, and it'll be tough next year.
Acuna's pretty special, ain't he?
He's good. He's a special ball
20
player.
years old, Ken.
And he hit a grand slam in the playoff game, and in that victory they won 6-5. And I think he's the youngest player. Maybe Babe Ruth hit one or something, but he tied somebody's the youngest player to hit a grand slam in playoff.
The thing about the Atlanta Braves is, Ken, like you said, they're young, and the Dodgers had a lot of experience. They've been there before.
Sure.
So
And
Dave Roberts is a great coach.
Yeah,
good manager,
and they do have a good pitching staff. There's no doubt about it.
They do. Kershaw, absolutely.
And a lot of the players for the Dodgers have been playing for a long time together, so it's just gonna transition for them. They know when it's October, it's time to put everything aside and let's play baseball.
That's right. All right, so congratulations on the Atlanta Braves. The whole entire season out there had a great year. National League East champion, Ken. We brought that home to us, and I even saw Bobby Cox on TV. Chipper Jones threw out the first pitch there in Atlanta. I saw that the other day on TV, so it's good to see Chipper back on the field too. And I think he's got a little bit of. I think he's helping the Braves. I think in the
talking to him.
I think what he's doing is helping the department, scouting department, stuff like that.
He's probably working with.
Yeah.
him,
Oh yeah. No doubt about it. I mean, he is Mr. Atlanta Braves, and Bobby Cox, of course. The genius behind all the years of the Braves winning all those National League titles and stuff like that, making it to the World Series, and finally winning the World Series too.
And speaking of Braves, in that one victory they had in the playoffs at 6-5, it was the youth and the veterans. Acuna had a grand slam, and they went up 5-5, and Dodgers tied it back up, and then steady Freddie Freeman hit one out to give them the lead, and it held up in that game.
So the Brewers and the Dodgers. Now, does the Brewers have pitching? Do they have really good pitching that can stack up?
It's probably not as good as the Dodgers. They have pretty good pitching, but it's not as good as the Dodgers. I mean, Dodgers can stack up some pretty good arms out there.
Yeah. Well, the thing is with the Dodgers and stuff that, when it comes down to the playoffs, they really rely on the pitching to help them out, and they've got a really good closer, Hanley Jansen. So he comes through. And
he's lights out closer.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about baseball, Ken, as well as I do, for many years, pitching wins championships.
Oh, it does. It does.
So
they said what wins out? Great pitching or great hitting? Great pitching wins out.
You give me great pitching. I'll take pitching every time.
Hitters can hit mistakes. But if you're not making mistakes and you got great stuff, pitcher dominates.
Absolutely. I agree with you. So, all righty, Ken. Dodgers and Brewers, they start, like you said, Friday night. And in the American League, the Astros sweep my Cleveland Indians, Ken.
I tell you what.
They put a butt whooping on them.
Well, the first game, they set notice there, went out to Mr. Kluber and jumped all over him and said, boys, this is the way it's going to be. And they just took care of business. The Astros, talking about the Dodgers playing ball at the good time, the Astros playing their best ball now.
Oh, yeah.
They had some injuries and stuff, and now everybody's clicking again.
And you made a comment, too, Ken, about the Astros not getting any respect.
Yeah, and I think Bregman made a comment like, he said, well, it's all about the Yankees and Boston. He said, we are the defending world champions.
Yeah.
So, they got a little offended by that. So they'll be ready. They'll be ready for those Red Sox. That'd be a heck of a series.
Oh, my gosh.
I think that's going to be a great series.
I hope we see a repeat in the World Series.
I think it'd be the Dodgers.
I think it'd be a different outcome this year.
Could be, guys. I mean, very well could be. I mean, two. I mean, the Boston. I think Boston's going to make it. I think Boston's going to win the World Series. And I don't. Something about Boston, Ken. It's just something about that. About the city of Boston, about the players and stuff like that. When Boston makes it that far, they normally make it all the way.
They remind me of the team. I think it was 2013 or 2014 when they won the World Series with Big Papi and all that.
Yeah,
It's just how they hit the ball and everything.
Well, they
got some bats.
They got some bats,
and they got pitching. They got they got a couple good pitchers.
Their defense is really good, too. All the way around, I mean, both teams, the Astros and the Red Sox, both teams are well coached. They just got great players.
This is going to be a great series. This might be a highlight because you never know. When they get to the World Series, it could be a sweep.
Now,
this could be the series that we need to talk about.
Well, let me tell you something else, too. Think about this. Look at all them years the Red Sox and the Yankees battle. Could it be Houston and Red Sox now?
It could be.
Think about
and
that.
you know, the history of the Yankees and Indians through the years and everything. I mean, not Indians. I mean, the Red Sox and Yankees.
Right.
And the networks, they favor every time they play a series, they're going to have on national TV. It's always Yankees and
Red Sox.
Yankees and Red Sox. But you're right. The Astros saying, hey, here we are, folks. We proved last year what we are. And I think it may become the Red Sox.
You might
and
be.
Astros.
Well, I mean, if you look at it, you look at the NBA, you look at football, and you look at baseball. MLB is the Lakers and Celtics, really, for the Red Sox and the Yankees.
I agree with
Those
that.
are the two bell cow teams that have all the money, have
the
all the
Redskins
championships.
and the Cowboys.
Right.
You just look at the teams. It just both teams they dominate usually.
And the Astros did it a little differently, and they came up in a hurry.
They did. And I'm going to tell you something, too. Guess who's with the Astros organization in Love, Texas? Nolan Ryan.
Yeah.
Nolan Ryan. That man's, I tell you, that man, look what he did for the Texas Rangers. Put them together, won all them championships there in the division, stuff like that, got them to the World Series. Could never win a World Series, but he got them there. So, he was the owner at the time of the Rangers. Yeah. So now I think he's in the office.
I follow baseball, and a lot of players I like, but probably my favorite player is Altuve. I mean,
he's good,
that guy, he's
a
big,
player.
but he can play.
Yeah, he's a lot of heart.
He's a lot of heart. He can hit. I mean, he gets 200 hits every year without fail. You can write it down. He's that consistent.
Yeah.
So the Astros sweep the Indians 3-0. The Red Sox defeat the Yankees 3-1.
So none of the division series are really very competitive. None of them went 5 games.
This one will be.
Yeah, I think
this one will be. This one is going to be a chess match, Ken, between the managers when it comes to pitching, because the Red Sox can put some runs on the board, so can the Astros.
Whatever team has all the whatever team's bullpen's better is going to win the series, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They both got excellent hitting. They both they're going to hit the ball. So it's just whatever team's pitching can hold up the longest.
And it'd be interesting. Probably the opening day it'll be Verlander against Sale. Man,
yeah.
What a matchup.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a great one. Yeah, and they got Sale, the lefty, is going to be on the mound. Yeah. Absolutely, I agree with you.
Yeah. And he did pitch last night against the Yankees.
Yeah, I saw him
came in for the 8th.
Pitched 1 inning.
Came in for the 8th and dominated.
Oh, I'm telling you.
They brought Kimbrel in the 9th, and Kimbrel got shook all up. He couldn't locate his
he
slider.
blew it.
Couldn't locate
where he
anything.
came from, don't you? The Braves. He came up through the Braves.
He about blew it last night. He really did.
Wow.
They 4-1 going into the ninth.
Yeah.
Red Sox is better. They're just better than the Yankees. They're better.
They
right
were
now,
this year. Yeah, they were this year. Well, they had the best record in baseball.
They did.
So, I mean, they
hitting the ball.
They
They just dominated in hitting.
So, Ken, I'm taking the Red Sox to go to the World Series. I'm taking them to win the whole thing. Who you got, Kenny?
I'm going with the Astros and the Brewers to make the World Series.
How about
and
you?
I'll go with the Astros again.
I
repeat. That don't happen very often nowadays, but I'm going for a repeat.
I'm going Red Sox and Dodgers, and I'm picking the Red Sox.
You got to give
Red
a game.
Sox and
how many games is it going to be?
6 games,
Red
maybe
Sox
5.
6.
How about you, Addison? Who you got?
I got the Dodgers and the Red. I'm gonna do Astros. I want to say Red Sox, but I think the Astros are going to pull it out because they want to prove something to the Red Sox.
Well, you're right. They do.
But what my gut feels, what I saw last night, I want to say the Red Sox, but I'm gonna say Astros. I'm gonna say Dodgers and Astros repeat. I'm gonna say Dodgers in 7.
There's no way they'll beat the Astros.
They could.
They could.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. You're right.
David Freese had a big hit against my Atlanta Braves. I know
anything
that
can and will probably will happen.
Freese is a big-time player.
He is.
Freese is a big-time player, guys.
He steps up in clutch.
Yes, he does.
He steps up in clutch.
Yes, he does. All righty, guys. That's your Major League Baseball playoffs. So congratulations to all the teams in the playoffs here. Like I said, Astros, Red Sox, it's going to be a great series. And then you got the Dodgers and Brewers. All right, let's see. Heck, let's just jump. I tell you what, Kenny, let's just jump in some NFL. What you got on some NFL, Kenny?
Well, after 3 weeks, 5 weeks of play, not 3 weeks of play, 5 weeks of play, the Rams in Kansas City are the only undefeated teams, and I list some standings here, and nobody's running away with anything. A lot of teams are 2-2 and 2-3 and 3-2. Nobody is winless. Everybody's got at least one win.
I'll tell you what, the NFC is really shook. There's no dominant team in the NFC other than the Rams.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the Carolina Panthers, I'm impressed. I had to say, I'm impressed. Ron Rivera's doing a great job with that football team, and they got a good defense. I know the Giants put 31 up on them, and, Addison, we was down there watching the game, and I'm impressed with there's something about this football team. There's something different about this team.
Both teams impressed me because if you watch the games before the Giants' previous games before they played the Panthers, they weren't putting points up. They couldn't score. And something just looked different. Like they had a different energy, a different, attitude coming into the game, and they played better overall. I think they could have, switched. They did a little couple tweaks and things, and they could have did better. But both teams look really well out there, and I think the Panthers are going to be a great team this year.
Yeah, the Panthers seemed like they were determined they was going to run the ball because the Giants' running defense hadn't been good all year. But I think it's a little bit too stubborn. They kept running up the middle and up the middle. I'd like to see them mix it up. I loved it when they threw the ball to Samuel Moore and they got them young guys involved.
I saw Norv Turner, Ken. Me and him was coming out of the bathroom together, and I was talking to him, and I asked him, I said, Coach, I said, what do you think about this team this year? I said, do you see this team going deep? He said, we're special. That's what he said. He looked at it, he said, we're special.
I know the other week he made a comment.
He loves his team.
He said we're just scratching the surface on what these guys can do. He feels really good about the weapons and what he's got to use.
I can see it in his eyes. Yeah. I'm telling you, I can see it in his eyes. He said they're special. I went back and I told Assen, I said, just got done talking to Norv Turner. So absolutely. So I can see the Panthers going deep. Maybe all the way. You never know, Ken. Their defense, I tell you, they get Thomas Davis back.
Yeah.
He's a difference maker.
He's back this week.
Absolutely. All right, folks, you're listening to WCSL. We're going to come back with some more NFL football. We're going to go through the standings and so forth, but I'm going to take a commercial break. And we'll be right back here on WCSL, the best in sports. Tim Johnson, Ken Link, Mr. Baseball himself, and Addison Johnson.
They gonna be on you when they see you hit that Dougie ride. Ain't nobody getting with my bro from Morningside. He go by
live and uniquely local.
It's a community station.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL Cherryville.
Once Upon a Time is right now. Escape to the Renaissance Festival, a time-traveling adventure. Huzzah! Saturdays and Sundays, September 29th through November 18th, presented by Pepsi. Endless entertainments.
Jousting night. Men in tights.
My. New sea fairies, the living mermaids, magic and merriment.
Come to the Renaissance Festival.
Saturdays and Sundays, September 29th through November 18th. There's music, comedy, circus entertainments, a giant crafts market, jousting nights, and a feast all rolled into a non-stop great family adventure.
The festival is so awesome.
Discount tickets at Hedis stores or print your own online at renfestinfo.com. Renaissance Festival, here I come.
Here's What's Up in Cleveland, Gaston, and Lincoln counties. Brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL, and The Boss, WOHS and WLON. Pain and Sip Witch Hat is October 9th at the Cleveland County Arts Council. Phone 704-484-2787 to sign up. Come experience the 40th Annual Gem and Mineral Show, October 5th through 7th at the Gaston County Park on Highway 279 in Dallas. For details, call 704-577-3391. And that's What's Up, brought to you by the What's Up Shopper, Carolina Country, WCSL 1590 AM and 92.3 FM. The Boss, WOHS 1390 AM and 101.5 FM. And WLON 1050 AM and 107.5 FM. For more information, go to whatsupshopper.com.
They've got them all. At Renato Auto Mall in Shelby, they've got Ford, Chevrolets, Buicks, Toyotas, Nissans, Hondas, Kias, GMC trucks, and more. What are we talking about? We're talking about the huge used car selection at Renato Auto Mall. Before you buy, come see Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. And they are now your SUV headquarters. Over 50 to choose from, new and used. All makes, all models, and 10 to choose from, priced at under $10,000 at Renato Auto Mall. 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com.
For the latest from the world of golf, tune in every Wednesday morning from 11 to 12 for the Golf Shop Radio Show. Hosts Mark Greenhelge and Matt Blanchard talk golf from tee to green and everything in between. If you like golf, you're going to love Golf Shop Radio. Before you tee up, drop on in. Welcome to the Golf Shop.
Who do I wrestle for? I wrestle on my high school team for Jason Garcia, my fiercest competitor during practice and my biggest fan during meets. I wrestle for the chance to put our little high school right here in North Carolina on the map.
Wearing the uniform of your high school comes with a big responsibility. Younger kids look up to you, and the reputation of your high school depends on you. This message presented by the North Carolina High School Athletic Association and the North Carolina Athletic Directors Association.
Play trivia every morning from 6 a.m. to 9 o'clock right here at Big O Country. 4 big games each morning. Join us for trivia right here at Big O Country, WOHS, WCSL, and WLON.
Okay, you're listening to the Best in Sports Show on WCSL. Ken Link, Tim Johnson, and Addison Johnson with you here today. We're talking some NFL. Tim and Addison was down and saw that big game Sunday between the Giants and the Panthers, and that tremendous last second 63-yard field goal by Cano to win the game.
Man, I tell you, Ken, the press box just went
Crazy.
Like crazy, yeah, absolutely. It was unbelievable.
Well, a kick like that, you go, well, we hope he makes it, but you don't really expect him to, really.
Well,
boy, he nailed it.
I had just told Addison, I said it's a 62-yard field goal. I counted 62, but I guess what happened was the holder of the kicker must have went back a yard because he had to kick it kind of low to try to get the the distance. You know what I'm saying?
That's one of the things when you try to kick it longer. Sometimes it doesn't get up quite as quick, and so they may have moved it back a yard.
Yeah, but, I mean, it was an outstanding kick. As soon as he kicked it, I watched it, and I said, that's got a chance. That's got a chance. I kept saying it, and Mac McClain of 6'10" was sitting there in front of me, and Mac turned around and looked at me and said, that's good. I said, it's got a chance. Boom, it went. So, yeah, everybody was just ecstatic. I mean, just impressed by everybody jumped up, started hollering. So, it was unbelievable. Congratulations to him.
And Cano was chosen NFC Special Teams Player of the Week for that, as well as the other 3 field goals. He had 4 field goals in that game. And I was just in the break rattling off some stats I saw. He has hit 24 straight over last year and this year, longest active streak of a field goal kicker. And unbelievable at home, he's got 36 straight made at home. So, folks, he don't miss them at home, and he don't miss them very often. Right now, he's kicking as well, if not better, than anybody in the league.
I'll tell you what, let's talk a little bit about that Panther game, Madison. We was down there live and got to see the game. Panthers played good. The Giants came back and took the lead, and it's just like the Panthers drove down the field and gave him an opportunity to kick that field goal to win the game. And, you know, the way that game turned out, Ken, to me, from what I saw, Cam Newton had a good game too. Yeah. He had 2 interceptions, but still he had a really good. Yeah, he made some big throws. Christian McCaffrey played well for the Carolina Panthers. Luke played well on defense, but I tell you somebody I was really impressed with. Shaq Thompson played really well.
Yeah. Shaq Thompson's an excellent player.
Yes, he is.
And with Thomas Davis back, he may not be quite as many snaps on defense, but he'll be out there a lot.
I don't know, Ken. I think he's going to play. I think he's going to play a lot.
Well, when they play 3 linebackers, Mayo's been in there because Davis not out. So they play 3 linebackers. He obviously is going to be in there.
Sure.
I look for him to play get some snaps on special teams now. They'll try to use a player like him as much as they can because he can make things happen even on special teams.
And it really showed a lot because Sunday the Giants had a way better game than any game they played this year. They played offensively, they played better. Defensively, their defense stepped up and had some big turnovers, and they just did a lot of things right. And I think this is going to turn around their season, and they're going to start playing better.
Well, actually, that's the first time they put over 20 points, in the last year and a half?
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah. And you can also say that because of the short week they're having, with all the drama within the locker room and stuff that supposedly was going on. I think this would be, that's going to help them out, and just, they're going to focus on football and play.
Well, we'll find out tomorrow night as they got to take on those
Thursday
Eagles.
night.
Yeah.
Thursday night.
Eagles are struggling too.
I'm pulling for the Giants tomorrow night.
Well, I bet you are. I am.
We'll get to that in a little bit. But
Go.
let's go to some standings here, Ken. The NFC East: Washington 2-2, Philadelphia 2-3, Dallas 2-3, and the Giants are 1-4. They're in last. North, Chicago 3-1. How about those Chicago Bears? The Bears.
And quarterback there from UNC.
Absolutely. Minnesota 2-2-1, Green Bay 2-2-1, and Detroit 2-3. Now, speaking of Green Bay, did Aaron Rodgers, is he throwing his coach under the bus, Ken? I mean, this is McCarthy. He's been with Aaron Rodgers ever since the first day he was drafted.
What did Rodgers have to say?
Well, I don't know. I mean, he did take some responsibility this past time for the loss and stuff, and then not playing well against Detroit. Detroit put a butt whooping on him.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. But still,
that's not on Mike McCarthy. A lot of those strip sacks were on
the games
Rodgers.
before that. They said, I'm talking about that. I'm talking about the games before that when he said that he thought some of the play calling was, McCarthy's play caller. He's the head coach play caller.
Yeah.
So he said that the play calling and stuff like that wasn't. He didn't like the play calling. In other words, what he was saying. So here's the.
But it could be worse.
Here's the great one they call.
It could have had somebody like Shula as the offensive coordinator calling the play.
Yeah. Yeah, you ain't gonna believe this. We're sitting in the press box, and I didn't realize Shula was with the Giants.
I wasn't paying attention to that.
Yeah,
either.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know. So I was laughing, and I was talking to the guys in front of me of the other radio station, and we was all talking. I said, I wonder where Shula is. He said he's down on the field.
Yep. Not
I didn't realize
on
he
a
was
different sideline now,
Yeah.
boys. Thank goodness.
So he's drawing up plays and stuff like for Eli. So I just wonder how happy Eli is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to throw anybody on the bus, but he had his chances here in Carolina. And
you did all last year, Ken.
Yeah.
All right, so I think this next.
That's pretty good. Shula, I tell you, he was on the sidelines. I looked down and said, where's he at? He's in down the sidelines.
The NFC South. I think this is going to be probably the biggest in the NFC.
That's probably the best division.
I think it's going to be the best division in the NFC.
NFC South?
You got New Orleans. They just got Mark Ingram back from his suspension. Drew Brees, who just passed, Peyton Manning in all-time leading yards and for the NFL. And now, congratulations to Drew Brees. And then you got Tampa Bay, who's coming back to earth. And then you got Atlanta, who's not doing as well.
Atlanta won one game. It had to be over the Panthers.
I'm shocked.
Matt Ryan got hurt in that game, didn't he?
Well, Ken, that's a rival game. Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
And, because it ain't but like 4.5 hours, trip down the Interstate 85. So that's a rival game.
And the thing about New Orleans and Panthers, I think those are the two best teams in there. And guess what, folks? They don't play until the last 3 weeks of the season, and they play 2 out of the last 3 weeks.
It's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah.
So, a lot of baseball, a lot of football to be played
the last
before
3
them
weeks.
guys get to knock heads again.
And then you got on the NFC West, you got the Rams that's run away with their division. And then you got Seattle that's finally turning things around and getting their offense together. They actually put up 30 points against the Rams, which kind of shocked me. Arizona and San Francisco, which is last place, tied for last place in their division.
Arizona what surprised me. I thought Arizona was a pretty good club going into the season, but
1-4.
They disappointed. They really have.
1-4. Yeah. I'm like you, Ken. I mean, they went out and got the quarterback from that used to be at what's his name?
Talking about Sam Bradford.
Sam Bradford, yeah,
played for the Vikings,
Minnesota.
and then Case Keenum took over last year.
Well, he came from Philadelphia to Minnesota from there.
Actually came from St. Louis to Minnesota.
The Rams,
to
you're
Philadelphia.
Right. They number one draft pick.
Yeah. Which he wasn't that good at St. Louis because he got hurt
all the time.
He got hurt, but I mean he wasn't that shocking. But I feel so bad for the 49ers because let's see. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's out. Jarrett McKinnon, their starting running back, he tore his ACL in preseason. Matt Breida's now hurt. Who else? I think George Kittle, their starting tight end's hurt now. So I mean they got a lot of injuries they're playing with on that team.
49ers, yeah, they're banged up.
Yeah, they're bad. Which is probably be a building year for them.
Ken, another thing too is safety Eric Reed.
Eric Reed from San Francisco 49ers.
Kneeled. Big. A lot of people in the locker room was kind of down on that, Ken.
He said in the
press box. In the press box,
in an interview, he said I told Coach Ron Rivera that I was going to kneel before the game, and then he goes, which I didn't need to tell him anyway, because I'm a man.
What does that mean?
I mean, what does that mean?
I don't know.
If you're a man, then don't say nothing.
Did you talk to him? Did you talk to him?
No, it was in.
I saw him. There was nobody around.
It was on online.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this now. Rivera came from a military family.
He did. Yes. Yes, he did. His father.
If you'd asked him whether he liked it or not, I'm sure Rivera didn't like it. Now,
I wonder what he said.
He's not going to say anything probably publicly or anything.
He's probably going to talk to him,
but
one-on-one.
Well,
he was the only one, Ken. Only one.
Well, I'm not surprised. Now, this is what Eric Reed said at one time. Back when he was in free agency and he hadn't signed for a while, he made the comment that if he signed, that he would consider other ways rather than kneeling. Well, maybe he considered them and then still did what he wanted to do. But that.
Well, Ken, maybe he just wanted to get signed. Maybe he just.
Well, they didn't. Yeah, but I'm just saying that.
You're a military man, Ken.
Well, this is the way I look at it. I think it's backfired on them. I think if they wanted to bring attention to the causes they believe in, they'd have done it in a different way, they would have been more effective. But they chose to do this, and he says, this is not, I don't disrespect the military. I don't disrespect the flag when I do that. Yes, you do. Even though you was telling me that's not what you mean, the signal you send to everybody else that eyes looking at him, the signal you sending is, I'm kneeling because it's cause, and it's a cause that I don't think is right in this country, so I'm not going to respect that flag. I'm going to kneel. That's exactly what it's saying.
So let me ask you a question. Why don't, on Mondays, their day off, they get Mondays off, so why don't they go out and do something about that cause?
Well,
instead of doing it on Sunday. That's what I'm saying. Don't do it.
And I know
they
got the spotlight.
They're using Sunday NFL football as a platform to get to express what they feel is going on. That's the whole point.
But he does do work in the community. I'm not saying he doesn't. But the thing about it is, he could do it a different way.
Yeah,
I saw Julius Pepper.
He's using that platform all wrong. He's
I saw
taking
Julius
advantage
Peppers on TV the other day. He's doing something
really
good for the people.
Helping the hurricane
Now
victims.
listen, did they have him on TV and it wasn't Sunday? Yes, they did.
Yeah.
Because he's a professional athlete and he's doing something great for the community. Yeah. For the hurricane victims and stuff like that. So why can't this guy use his platform as a celebrity athlete and maybe call TV station or say, hey, radio station, say, I'm going to go do this on behalf of the people.
The people that kneel, I'm sorry, I don't have respect for them because what they're doing is even though they say that's not what I intend is. Yes, it is. If you wasn't doing it, it's disrespect for the flag because something you don't like in this country, then you could do it somewhere else. But you choose to disrespect the flag to bring awareness to it. That's your choice.
And also, too, think about this. Look at the high school football kids and high school football teams.
They're setting a bad example for
absolutely.
They don't think about
absolutely. And look at the college. How many college kids do that? None.
Now, somebody said, well, they got the right. Yeah, they got the right to do it. I'm just saying, my feelings are that's the wrong way to go about it.
Right.
You got a right to do anything. You got a right to go out here and sling your arms around, but when it comes to contact somebody else's nose, guess what? Your right just ended.
Yep.
And what I'm saying is he's got the right to do that, but he's doing, I think, more harm for the cause than he is good.
I agree with you. AFC East, New England 3-2, Miami 3-2, Jets 2-3, and Buffalo 2-3. New England just beat the daylights out of Miami this past weekend, so they're still in.
No, they didn't play Miami. They played Thursday night against the Colts.
Yeah, Colts they defeated.
They beat the Colts.
Who they beat?
They did beat Miami. They did beat Miami really bad.
Played Colts
but they just
Thursday,
played the Colts.
Well, New England, they're 3-0 at home and 0-2 on the road. At home, they look like world beaters. On the road, they're you can get them.
That'll turn around.
You know who they play this week, don't you?
That'll turn around.
You know who they play this week?
Kansas City.
Yes, absolutely.
Kansas City. But the thing is, Kansas City has one of the worst defenses, and New England has one of the worst defenses. So basically, it's going to be an offensive shootout.
It is.
Where is that game?
That's a good question. I think
it's at Kansas City. I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Boy, that'll be a raunchy crowd.
That'll be.
Kansas City. Kansas City's a great football.
Oh yes. That whole state, Missouri.
They really follow the Chiefs. They really do.
Yeah, so that'll be like you said, Ken. That'll be a good one there. Yeah. Cincinnati. Where's it at, Essen?
The game is.
I think it's at Kansas City.
Nope. It's
New
at
England?
home. It's at home. Kansas City
Uh-oh.
goes to
New
travels to
England.
Foxborough.
It's still
But
be a big crowd.
But it's going to be a shootout.
Oh, it'll be a shootout. I agree with you.
I think Tommy's going to teach that young blood a little something about slinging that football.
Well, here's what we're going to find out how good he is now because he's going against Belichick, supposed to be the greatest, defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he's really showing some of that. Letting Jacksonville put up 5 touchdowns against them. Yeah, he's showing some of that.
Well, that was early in the season.
I'll just put it this way: if I'm playing the Patriots, it ain't their defense that scares me.
It's their offense. I agree. And guess who? And they got Edelman back, and they got Gordon's playing good. They're starting to get him acclimated to that offense.
They got to get him the ball more. If they get him the ball more, it's going to open up windows for Gronk and Edelman.
Did you see that pass he made to Gordon over in the corner of the end zone between two?
It wasn't meant.
It
wasn't meant for Gordon.
It wasn't.
It was meant for Chris Hogan. He was telling Chris Hogan, go over here, and Gordon kind of saw it out of the side of his eyes and like, okay, sure, I'll go over there and get it. He threw the ball in the air, and Gordon's 6'3".
Just jumped up, called it in front of everybody.
He just said, look, I'm gonna catch this for you,
play.
Tom. And Tom went over to him and said, good play.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna get him the ball more, and it's gonna open up a lot of windows for the passing game and the running game because they got a great running back just came out of Georgia.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's really good.
Yeah.
He's coming on too. He's starting to come on.
Yeah.
So that'd be a good game. So
Sonny Michel.
So anyway, you got to see Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, Cleveland. Cincinnati 4-1, Ken. That's a surprise. Baltimore 3-2. Baltimore's playing pretty good. Pittsburgh 2-1 in Cleveland. How about those Kevin Hastings Cleveland Browns?
That division.
They're being competitive. There's no doubt about that.
That division's going to
Baker.
flip. That division's going to flip. I think Pittsburgh's going to end up being number 1, and believe it or not, I think Cleveland's going to be number 2.
You think so?
I do. I think since they got a quarterback, showing signs.
I don't put no faith in Cincinnati. I mean, I know they're 4-1. They're playing pretty good, but
I think they started out 2 or 3 years ago, like what was it, 7-0, 8-0, and then they ended
wheels
up,
fell off.
Somehow the engine blew out or something in that.
You got Jacksonville, Kenny, 3-2, Tennessee 3-2, Houston 2-3, and the Indianapolis Colts 1-4. Jacksonville.
Did y'all see Blake
Dallas this
Bortles?
week.
Did y'all see Blake Bortles throw that football off his player's helmet, and the other guy caught it from the defense and ran it in? Blake Bortles, yeah, he's doing great.
Well, in that division, the weakest team is Indianapolis.
Yeah,
obviously.
no doubt about it.
They got
the other
injuries as
three,
well.
I think, will be battling it out in there.
So
Jacksonville, Tennessee, and Houston.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I think Tennessee is going to win that division.
You know what? They could.
They got a great defense. Jacksonville's got a great defense too, but Tennessee's got a great defense, and I think they got better offensive pieces because Leonard Fournette, he's hurt. That was the only offense for Jacksonville, and he's hurt.
Yeah, he's hurt. It'd be interesting to see. I mean, Tennessee, they're a good ball club. They're well coached.
They're
too.
playing well. They're playing well.
Yeah. In the West, you got Kansas City undefeated 5-0, LA Chargers 3-2, Denver 2-3, and Oakland 1-4. Kansas City, Ken.
I mean, that's how it's going to be.
Home field advantage.
That's how it's going to be the whole season.
If Kansas City gets home field,
I don't see those other 3 teams running Kansas City down. It ain't going to happen.
If Kansas City
the only
get
team
home
I can
field
see,
advantage, wow.
The only team I can see
going
that
there
giving
and
them a
play.
run would be the only team I can see that giving them a run would be the Chargers. Chargers got a great team, but I don't know. Kansas City's. I see the Chargers. I see the Chargers winning that division. I know Kansas City's 5-0, but they're going to get some film on Patrick Mahomes.
We'll see. You're listening to Best in Sports right here. Tim Johnson, Ken Lincoln, Addison Johnson. We'll be back after these fine messages. We got some high school football and some NASCAR coming up next.
Live and uniquely local.
It's a community station.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL Cherryville.
The Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series playoffs.
You do not want to leave Talladega in a hole heading to Kansas.
Race 5 in Talladega.
The playoff field racing very closely together.
Where championship dreams.
Joey Logano trying to make it 3 wide.
Ride on the razor's edge.
And here's the big one. The pack is flying apart.
The 1000lightbulbs.com 500.
Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr.
Sunday at 1 p.m. on the Motor Racing Network.
The 1000bulb.com 500. This Sunday afternoon at 1 o'clock on WCSL 1590 AM, 92.3 FM, and online at ktcbroadcasting.com. A storage auction will be held at C&P Storage and H&E Storage in Kings Mountain, North Carolina on Monday, October 15th. The auction will start at 12:30 p.m. at 314 East Gold Street and will then move to 606 Charles Street, located behind the Wendy's in Kings Mountain. Multiple units will be auctioned as a whole unit. So mark your calendar for the C&P and H&E Storage auction on Monday, October 15th. For more information, call C&P Storage at 704-739-2055. That's 704-739-2055.
The new Cherryville Farmers Market opens Thursdays at 220 East Main Street in downtown Cherryville, right behind the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce. Local growers, local farmers, bakers, artisans, and crafters are all invited. For more information, call the Cherryville Chamber of Commerce at 704-435-3451. Become part of the local food economy and support downtown Cherryville with the new Cherryville Farmers Market every Thursday from 8 a.m. till 1 p.m.
There's no one like you. And Pandora Jewelry is opening up all kinds of possibilities to show that to the world with the new open bangle. Beautifully crafted from sterling silver with new interchangeable end caps. You can mix, match, and even have the freedom to customize like never before. Shop the new open bangle from Pandora Jewelry now and do see the wonderful Pandora Jewelry. Available at Facet Foundry Jewelry Studios, 530 South New Hope Road, Gastonia. Online at FacetFoundryJewelry.com. There's a new Kubota for every job, every harvest, every task. From zero-turn mowers to utility vehicles to tractors to construction equipment, Kubota fits the bill. Kubota products are engineered to work only 2 shifts, day and night. Kubota has tractors ranging from 18 to 168 horsepower. Whether you're moving tons of earth or just cutting your lawn, Kubota will never let you down. And check out their zero-turn mowers with decks from 42 to 60 inches. The Kubota Z-Series can handle any terrain. See the lineup today at Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive at the Highway 74 Bypass Oak Grove Road intersection in Kings Mountain. They've got them all. At Renato Auto Mall in Shelby, they've got Ford, Chevrolets, Buicks, Toyotas, Nissans, Hondas, Kias, GMC trucks, and more. What are we talking about? We're talking about the huge used car selection at Renato Auto Mall. Before you buy, come see Renato Auto Mall in Shelby. And they are now your SUV headquarters. Over 50 to choose from, new and used. All makes, all models, and 10 to choose from, priced at under $10,000 at Renato Auto Mall. 4423 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at RenatoAutomall.com.
Cherryville Ironman Sports right here on Big O Country, WCSL 1590 AM, Cherryville, Gastonia. Online at ktcbroadcasting.com.
Okay, we're back here on Best in Sports Show. Ken Link, Tim Johnson, Addison Johnson with you on this Wednesday afternoon, rainy Wednesday afternoon. We've been talking a lot of pro sports. Let's change gears, talk a little bit of college sports. Talk some college football. Tim, your NC State Wolfpack are still undefeated, 5-0 on the season. Actually ranked 20th in the country now. They won't play this week. They have a bye. They got 2 weeks to get ready for the next game, which is down to Death Valley, the Clemson Tigers.
Kenny, we're going to whip up on the Clemson Tigers.
You think so?
I think we're going to. It's our time. It's our time right now.
Yeah.
And Coach Doran has done a great job with Wolfpack. I'm going to tell you why we're going to beat Clemson. It's because of the quarterback, Finley. This kid's pro material. He's a top 5 quarterback in the draft. He might be top 2, top 3, Ken. He's that good. This kid can throw it.
Well, I think the Cowboys win Super Bowl.
One thing about it, NC State, traditionally the last few years they've always played Clemson tough. Even when the records are not that good, they'll play Clemson tough.
But I'm telling you, this Finley kid, you need to check him out. This kid is really good. He can throw the football. He can make every throw. I heard some of the people talk about him stuff on TV and stuff. He makes all the big league throws, over the shoulder, back shoulder, the out to the sidelines, across the field, across. He's got a strong arm. Really good quarterback. Good kid. And he's a senior too, so he'll definitely.
Well, those I don't know. Maybe NC State is the second best team in the ACC. Some of the other teams have lost a game or so. Virginia Tech lost. Miami's lost. Clemson and State are the only undefeated teams. Clemson ranked 4th in the country. Ohio State's ranked third. Second is Georgia, and at the top is Alabama. So there's your top 4 teams right there. But again,
the Clemson, don't get me wrong, Clemson, great football team. I mean, most definitely top 4 or 5 team, 3 team in the country. But I'm telling you, I think NC State's going to go down there and they're going to beat them. Dorn, I tell you, he's a great coach. He's probably the best coach we've had since probably years. Trying to think.
He's doing a great job.
He's done a great job defensively and offensively. He's letting these coaches coach too. Now you could tell just listening to him on interviews and stuff. He credits all these coaches and stuff. And so, to me, that's a great, that's a great coach right there for you. Carolina, Ken. I was listening a little bit of Fedora, and he never mentioned Chaz's name, but he mentions Elliott's name. Is Chaz going to get to play some?
Who knows? Fedora, I don't know.
He's talking about how great practices and stuff like that they've had this past week and stuff. And
well, he can talk that all he wants to. When it comes Saturday,
he's got something against Chaz.
It matters what happens on the field. Right now, Fedora is on the hot seat. I don't know whether they'll dump him or not. They said he's got about a $15 million buyout if they can him and go for another coach. That's a lot of money.
They got to get rid of him. I'm telling you. I mean, if this guy can't open his eyes and see, you stand Chaz up against that wall and stand Elliott. I mean, Chaz is 6'4.5".
I know.
And Elliott's what, 5'10", 5'11" at the best. If he's got high heels on, you know what I'm saying?
And when he's in the game, everything he throws, Tim, is 10 yards or less. It's like they called him check down Elliott. He just, everything's just a little short. He doesn't really throw it downfield.
Chaz to me could be special.
So we'll see. But Fedora, he had a good career in a smaller college. He come to the big time North Carolina, and I don't think he can do it, Tim.
I watched Elliott throw the football the other weekend. He looked like he didn't have no arm strength to that.
No, he's no zip on it. There's no zip on it. So we'll see what happens. Carolina, I don't think they'll win another game. I really don't. I don't see how they beat Pittsburgh. I don't see how they can compete with the other ACC teams.
If they don't win another game, Ken,
they're playing all ACC teams. They ain't going to beat State. They ain't going to beat Wake Forest. They ain't going to beat Duke.
They're not going to beat Duke.
That's what I'm saying. They got
Wake Forest is on the shot, but I'm like you. I don't see them beating Wake.
They're definitely not going to beat Clemson.
They're not going to beat State or Clemson. Or
they're not going to beat those teams. It's just not going to happen.
Sound like you might have a new coach down in Carolina, Ken, at the end of this year.
I'm just looking forward to basketball season.
Kenny, high school football. Let's see here. Kevin, hand me a paper. Where's that paper at? Read off the top.
Before we get to that, speaking of college basketball, what's going on down the state? I understand they've got some investigations about maybe some improper payments. Dennis Smith, the guard that was there.
What's going on with him?
They said that the improper benefits paid to some of the players. And his name was mentioned,
Dennis
one
Smith.
Of the players that his dad got a payment or something. Anyway, they say that the AD's under a little bit of scrutiny down there. The investigation's going on. Rumors going on like that. So we'll see what happens.
What could happen, you think?
Well,
probation?
Well, yeah. I mean, it depends on what they find.
I was kind of curious why.
I don't doubt it with Miss Smith. I don't doubt that. No, I tell you right now. But that's because of the Goffrey, who was there before, Yeah. I think him and Smith didn't get along real well together, and Smith would, I don't doubt that.
But anyway, we'll follow up on that, but let's go ahead to high school football a little bit.
Hunter Huss, number 1,
and this is 7-0. This is the top 10 in the Gaston, Lincoln area and the Cleveland County area. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Hunter Huss, number 1, 7-0. Crest, 6-1, number 2. East Rutherford 7-0. They're number 3. Kings Mountain 5-2. They're number 4. Bandy 6-1. South Point 5-2. How about West Lincoln 6-1? They're 7th. Thomas Jefferson 7-0. Ashbrook 4-3. Maiden 5-2. Shelby's 4-4. Stuart Kramer 4-3. North Lincoln 5-2. East Lincoln 4-3. Forest View 3-4. Mount Island Church 5-2. Newton Conover 3-4, Bedford City 4-3, Burns 2-5, and I don't know the last team. I can't pronounce it. See.
So he's got West Lincoln in front of North Lincoln, and North Lincoln beat West Lincoln.
Yeah.
But it's based on a lot on defensive points allowed and wins, and he's got a formula that he comes up with that, and it changes some every week. It'll start evening out where it makes more sense as the season goes on, because early in the season when you're playing non-conference, it sort of gets out of kittle whoever you play. You may be beating people and not allowing any points, but you may not be playing anybody. So it'll even out a little bit. One of the surprising, East Rutherford's ranked third.
They're
I
really
tell you
good,
right now,
I
I believe I'd have them in front of Crest, but that's just
I believe
me.
you're right. I agree with you there. West Lincoln will beat Bandy's, and I think North Lincoln will beat Bandy's too. East Lincoln, they can beat Bandy's if they get good quarterback play. I mean, Chase has got to play good.
You know when the North Lincoln Bandits game is? Last game of the season.
Really?
Doesn't West Lincoln play Lincoln this week?
That could be for the conference championship right there, folks.
Yeah, the Bandits.
West Lincoln plays Lincoln this week, right?
Yeah,
West
plays Lincoln.
Yeah,
at Lincoln.
West
I'll
plays
be at
Lincoln.
that game.
Yeah, West will play Lincoln this week. So, and let's see here.
And East Lincoln
plays Bandy's this week, Ken. East Lincoln plays Bandy's
this week.
Yes.
And, so that'd be a good game.
Yeah. So if East Lincoln can beat Bandy's, East Lincoln can beat anybody in the conference, but they got to get better play out of the quarterback than what they got this past week. We saw that ourselves.
Yeah.
North Lincoln played really good. Coach Basil's got a good football team. They play smart. They don't make a lot of mistakes.
And I'll tell you something about that football team. Tim, you was asking a question about one of the guys, whether he's a junior. Sam Brady's a junior.
He is a Brady?
I counted 12 seniors on that team, and I don't think any of them play a lot.
Really?
That is a young team, and then they got a JV team coming up.
With that kid, that running back
kid that's special, and they've only lost one game, and that was to Alexander Central. So he got that program on the rise, and it's going to be good for several years.
Yeah, and they're going to have the quarterback back next year running that offense too.
So.
And they got another young quarterback, Rathbone, James boy.
And he's a good quarterback.
Yes, he's a good quarterback. So he'll take over when he graduates. Yeah. He'll be what is he, a sophomore?
He's sophomore this year.
What's his team again?
North Lincoln.
North Lincoln.
Yep, good football team. Good.
I tell you what, they are well coached, and he's got those guys motivated and believing, and they're taking it one game at a time, and they're playing very well.
That's School of Davison there, number 20.
Okay.
Yeah, School of Davison. Yeah. So, but yeah, I'm like you, Kenny. West Lincoln's got a good football team too. West Lincoln, I tell you, best football team West Lincoln's probably had. Might be the best football team they've ever had.
Yeah, I was thinking about the matchup this week, West Lincoln-Lincoln. Probably the best football team West Lincoln's had in a long,
ever brought
long
to
time.
Lincoln, or Lincoln's ever played.
And this is probably maybe the worst, the weakest team that Lincoln's had in a long time.
Ken, I can't remember Lincoln having this bad of a football team, honestly. I mean,
obviously the record's worse than it's been.
Had to go back in the
80s.
Yeah. I would think in the 80s. I think Lincoln back in 84, 85, 86, or 85. 85, I believe it was, Ken. They didn't win a game.
But see, here's the thing: it's been a long time since West Lincoln's beat Lincoln too. So you never know in these games. But I mean, West Lincoln's got to be the heavy favorite going in, but you never know what's going to happen.
I would say West Lincoln should beat Lincoln by 21 easily.
But we'll see. But you know, West Lincoln is taking care of business.
Y'all gonna be at that game?
Yeah, we'll call the game. We'll be WLON will be calling the game.
Is it at West or at Lincoln?
It's at Lincoln. At Lincoln. So yeah, we're excited. I'm excited to see Lincoln. I'm excited to see West Lincoln play again. I mean, I can't tell you, they got a real listen. I thought West Lincoln should have won a game against North Lincoln. That's just me.
They made too many mistakes.
They made mistakes and stuff like that, and and they didn't give up at 7 points. So
and that was on a 99-yard touchdown run.
Absolutely.
One big play.
One big play beat West Lincoln. And so
7-6.
So I mean, good football team.
A lot of good football in this area, and we'll be following it next week as well. Quickly to NASCAR, Chase Elliott won the race at Dover. So there's only 8 drivers remaining for the championship. There are Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, Martin Truex Jr., Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, Kurt Busch, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney. Those are the 8 that's left. I saw that, Tim. Tim,
take a look at this, kid.
Tim's picture's on the front of What's Up Shopper.
Show it to your camera. Show it to your camera.
My wife bought one of those today. She said, "Is that Tim on front?" I said, "Well, I don't know." And I got looking. I said, "Oh my gosh, it is."
Where's the camera at? Where's that?
Right there in front of you.
There you go. Tim,
Absolutely.
Tim with his NASCAR, but tell him who you were on there with. Tim.
Oh, Brad Kozlowski and Kyle Larson. Kyle Larson, good kid. Yeah, his son. I'll tell you a little story about Kyle. Kyle's son kept coming up there to me. He's like 2 years old. And he kept coming up there around where I was working at and stuff. And shoot, I just picked him up. Started letting DJ a little bit. And Kyle come up there and said, Tim, is he bothering you? I said, no. As a matter of fact, I got him working. And Kyle Kozlowski's got a little girl, so that was a year ago. And I took that picture, and so I sent that to Kevin Hastings, and so Kevin, he must have kept it. Somebody told me about it. I didn't know nothing
Kevin
about it.
Hastings is a big NASCAR
He is.
guy. So he put that on the front of What's Up Shopper this week.
Absolutely. So so folks, go out and pick that up. I don't know. That guy in the middle's ugly.
Yeah, well, there's some good stuff inside the magazine if you don't want.
Yeah, don't look
concentrate
at the front,
on the front. You know.
Did Teresa like it? What did Teresa say about that?
She said that looked like Tim Johnson. I said, oh, that's not Tim. I go, my gosh, I believe that is Tim.
Oh man, Teresa, and Ken, folks, on the way home from East Lincoln this past Friday night, Kenny's Trailblazer just gave out on us. So we're stranded on the side of the road right there at the East Lincoln Mini Market, and so. Ken, what time did you get home? I got home around 12:30. What time did you get home?
Oh, it was about 1:30.
There you have it, folks. The best in sports, Ken Link, Tim Johnson, and, of course, Addison Johnson back with us again. So, Addison, I guess he's part of this show now, Ken. What do you think?
I hope so, because he brings a lot of knowledge.
Bring some money with him, too.
Well, he brings food, but he didn't offer us any, did he?
That's right. He didn't offer us no food at all. How about that?
All right, go.
All right, folks. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you guys here next Wednesday right here on WCSL 92.3 and 1590. Kenny, tell them bye.
We'll see you next week, same time.
Know what the community wants and needs because we live here too.
Definitely in touch with the city and what's going on.
Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL Cherryville.
Country Countdown USA.
I'm Lon Helton, inviting you to join me as I count down the week's top 30 with my co-host Cole Swindell, who just played a show right here in Nashville with his buddy Luke Bryan.
In Luke fashion, he shuts down Broadway, and I don't remember how many thousand people just to be out there and for him to say, hey, man, you want to come sing one?
That's Cole Swindell this week on Country Countdown USA.
Country Countdown USA, Wednesday afternoons at 1 o'clock on Carolina Country, 92.3 FM, 1590 AM, WCSL, online at ktcbroadcasting.com. They've got them all. At Renato Auto Mall in Shelby, they've got Ford, Chevrolets, Buicks, Toyotas, Nissans, Hondas, Kias, GMC trucks, and more. What are we talking